Imagine yourself saving up money over time to buy your dream car, but when you get to the dealership, the market value is higher than what you saved up for because of the new tariffs. President Trump has set tariffs all around the world, one of them being a 25% tariff on cars that come from outside the US. This is according to Elizabeth Bushwald, Chris Isidore, and Vanessa Yurkovich from CNN News. As someone who has researched this issue through sources like BBC and automotive industry reports, I aim to provide an objective, informative look into how tariffs influence both business and buyers. The tariffs are affecting the automotive industry, and more importantly, the car buyers like you or me. Today, we'll first explore why the tariffs were introduced, second, how they're being implemented, and finally, their impact on both consumers and the auto industry. Let's begin by understanding the reason behind these tariffs. So, what is he setting the tariffs for? Trump says tariffs will encourage U.S. consumers to buy more American-made goods, increase the amount of tax raise, and lead to huge levels of investment in the country, according to Jennifer Clark, BBC News 2025. How is this affecting consumers? These policies also create added costs for manufacturers, especially those that rely on global supply chains. So now that we know why the tariffs were introduced, let's look at how they're actually being applied. So how are the tariffs being implemented? Trump has set a 25% tariff on cars that come from manufacturers outside of the US. Countries like the UK or Germany are suffering the most from this as they rely on a large amount of income that comes from the US. Big companies like Audi or BMW have taken a pause in exporting vehicles to the US because it's just too costly for them. Major automakers, including Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW, have already reported economic struggles due to the weak demand for cars, according to Stella Nolan, EV Magazine 2025. So what does this mean for consumers like us and the larger auto industry? What is the potential impact on consumers and the auto industry? For consumers, the cost of new cars, especially foreign cars, has gone up and has made it really hard to afford, very hard. On April 3rd, a 25% tariff was imposed on a wide range of imported passenger vehicles and light trucks. This change is expected to significantly impact car prices, maintenance costs, and market dynamics. That comes from Auto Trader 2025. For the auto industry, there are pros and cons. So for the domestic companies like Ford or Lincoln, they benefit short term from these tariffs because consumers can afford domestic cars more comfortably than the foreign cars. And international companies like Mercedes have been struggling to keep solid income from the US because the number of cars they can send to the US right now is very limited because it's simply just too expensive. So ultimately, these effects of the tariffs on consumers and the industry go much farther than just politics. So we went over the motivation behind the tariffs, how they're being implemented, and how it affects the broader consumer and industry. While these tariffs are intended to strengthen this American industry, they have created many problems with the auto industry and the availability to consumers. So next time you step inside a dealership and you see that unexpected price tag, just remember that it's the cost of a global war trade.